Where are the dead? What happens to us when we die? Why do we die? Would it be comforting to know the truth about death? What questions do people ask about death, and what answers do various religions offer? These are questions that people have thought about for thousands of years. They are important questions. No matter who we are or where we live, the answers concern each one of us. The ransom sacrifice of Jesus Christ opened the way to everlasting life, that the Bible foretells a time when death will be no more. Revelation 21:4. Meanwhile, we all die. The living know that they will die, said wise King Solomon. Ecclesiastes 9:5. We try to live as long as possible. Still, we wonder what will happen to us when we die. When our loved ones die, we mourn, and we may ask, what has happened to them? Are they suffering? Are they watching over us? Can we help them? Will we ever see them again? The world's religions offer differing answers to these questions. Some teach that if you live a good life, you will go to heaven, but if you live a bad life, you will burn in a place of torment. Other religions teach that at death, people pass on to the spirit realm to be with their ancestors. Still other religions teach that the dead go to an underworld to be judged, and are then reincarnated or reborn in another body. What basic idea do many religions share concerning death? Such religious teachings all share one basic idea, that some part of us survives the death of the physical body. According to almost every religion, past and present, we somehow live on forever with the ability to see, hear, and think. Yet, how can that be? Our senses, along with our thoughts, are all linked to the workings of our brain. At death, the brain stops working. Our memories, feelings, and senses do not continue to function independently in some mysterious way. They do not survive the destruction of our brain. What really happens at death? What happens at death is no mystery to Jehovah, the creator of the brain. He knows the truth, and in His Word, the Bible, He explains the condition of the dead. Its clear teaching is this: when a person dies, he ceases to exist. Death is the opposite of life. The dead do not see, or hear, or think. Not even one part of us survives the death of the body. We do not possess an immortal soul or spirit. After Solomon observed that the living know that they will die, he wrote, "But the dead know nothing at all." He then enlarged on that basic truth by saying that the dead can neither love nor hate, and that there is no work, nor planning, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave. Ecclesiastes 9:5 and 6 reads, "For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing at all, nor do they have any more reward, because all memory of them is forgotten. Also their love and their hate and their jealousy have already perished, and they no longer have any share in what is done under the sun." Verse 10 reads, "Whatever your hand finds to do, do with all your might. For there is no work, nor planning, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave where you are going." Similarly, Psalm 146:4 says that when a man dies, his thoughts perish. We are mortal and do not survive the death of our body. The life we enjoy is like the flame of a candle. When the flame is put out, it does not go anywhere. It is simply gone. What Jesus said about death. Jesus Christ spoke about the condition of the dead. He did so with regard to Lazarus, a man whom He knew well and who had died. Jesus told His disciples, "Lazarus, our friend, has fallen asleep." The disciples thought that Jesus meant that Lazarus was resting in sleep, recovering from an illness. They were wrong. Jesus explained, "Lazarus has died." John 11:11-14 reads, After he said these things, he added, Lazarus our friend has fallen asleep, but I am traveling there to awaken him. The disciples then said to him, Lord, if he is sleeping, he will get well. Jesus, however, had spoken about his death, but they imagined he was speaking about taking rest in sleep. Then Jesus said to them plainly, Lazarus has died. Notice that Jesus compared death to sleep. Lazarus was neither in heaven nor in a burning hell. He was not meeting angels or ancestors. Lazarus was not being reborn as another human. He was at rest in death, as though in a deep sleep without dreams. Other scriptures also compared death to sleep. For example, when the disciple Stephen was stoned to death, the Bible says that he fell asleep. Similarly, the Apostle Paul wrote about some in his day who had fallen asleep in death. 1 Corinthians 15:6. God placed the first human couple in a delightful paradise. He blessed them with perfect health. Jehovah wanted only good for them. Does any loving parent want his children to suffer the pain of old age and death? Of course not. Jehovah loved his children and wanted them to enjoy endless happiness on earth. Concerning humans, the Bible says, Jehovah has even put eternity in their heart. Ecclesiastes 3:11. God created us with the desire to live forever, and he has opened the way for that desire to be fulfilled.